Congressman, great to have you back on BBC News. You've been critical of the former Speaker's decision to work with Democrats to get a stopgap funding bill passed this weekend. But can you tell us a bit more about what went into your decision to vote to oust Kevin McCarthy?
Sure. The major problem we've had is that we have to pass 12 appropriations bills. And we have, up until last week, we had passed one appropriations bill. We passed 3 last week. The promise from the Speaker when he became Speaker was that we would pass 12 by September 30th, negotiate with the Senate, and have a package ready for the President. That didn't happen. And I think a lot of people were frustrated over that. 8 people stood up and voted against Speaker McCarthy. I think there were others that had similar feelings that didn't feel they needed to do it because the vote was already 216 to 210.
So you were one of those 8, and we just played a clip from Kevin McCarthy. He was speaking a short while ago, and he said the 8 who voted against him are not conservatives, that they have enabled Democrats to seize the opportunity to regain power in the House. What's your reaction to that, Congressman?
I will put my conservative record of voting up against anybody, particularly someone from California like Speaker McCarthy or some of the other critics who have criticized me from New York. I believe that we are spending too much money in this country. I believe it's an existential threat to this country, and I believe that we need to, at this point in time, make sure that we are doing the right thing and spending responsibly, and that's why I voted the way I did.
This leaves the House paralyzed at the moment. The temporary Speaker has proposed next Tuesday for Republicans to come together in conference and decide on a candidate. Do you think that is fast enough?
Well, these 2 weeks, we were supposed to be back in our districts working. Had the appropriations bills come to the House in an orderly fashion in June and July, we would have been in our districts meeting with our constituents, explaining what's going on in D.C. and listening to their concerns. So the fact that we are not in working on appropriations bills this week or early next week is nothing new. It was planned that way. I don't think we are paralyzed. I think we are going through an orderly process that will result in a better spending plan for the United States.
But, Congressman, funding for the government will run out again in a month's time. So is there enough time to come to an agreement?
Yeah, in 42 days' time, the money will run out again. We will have another continuing resolution for a period of time until we can meet with the Senate, conference with the Senate, decide on what to do with these 12 bills, and send them to the President.
Congressman, it took 15 rounds to elect a Speaker last time around. Do you think it's going to take that long this time?
I don't. I think that over the weekend we will have a lot of conversations among ourselves. I think that we will have a candidate, and I believe that the party will get behind that candidate. Steve Scalise is the next candidate up. We'll see if he's interested in it. He's had some health issues, but I think he may be interested in it, and I think a lot of people will come together and support Steve Scalise.
Do you think Steve Scalise would have the votes needed to be Speaker?
I don't know at this point in time because the conversations really haven't occurred and we don't know who else is interested. But he is certainly one of the people that could get the votes to be Speaker.
Congressman, we spoke to one of your colleagues, Congressman Don Bacon, a little bit earlier. I want to play you a clip of what he said.
It's really a vote for chaos. We have so many important issues that we have to decide on right now. Appropriations bills, the farm bill, the defense bill. We have a broken border right now, and all this is going to go on hold. I think it weakens America, and I think it's a good day if you're a Russian government guy or a Chinese communist. They're probably smiling and giving high fives to Matt Gaetz.
Congressman, what's your reaction to that?
I think there's a lot of frustration in our conference at this point, a lot of frustration that's been building up for the last 9 months. I understand the frustration when someone loses a vote. I don't think it's appropriate to suggest that the Chinese communists and Matt Gaetz have anything in common. What Matt Gaetz did was bring a very important issue to the floor. The Speaker didn't have the support, and we will move forward. And we will move forward in a way, in my opinion, that will make this country stronger and those that believe in freedom around the world stronger.
There are Republicans who are unhappy with the deal that Kevin McCarthy cut with Democrats this past weekend to keep the government open, but there is still a Democratic-controlled Senate and White House. So can the next Speaker do anything different to keep that job?
90 Republicans voted against that bill this weekend. It wasn't just a few Republicans who were upset with that. And yes, I believe the next speaker can pass these appropriations bills, negotiate with the Senate, and deliver something to the White House that will be signed and will be stronger than where we are right now.
Congressman, would you throw your hat in the ring to be Speaker?
No, I will not. I would not even vote for myself for Speaker, so I doubt I would get any votes if my name was put in. I do believe that there are a number of good people, people who are popular, people who have worked very hard around the country, have met the congressmen in their districts. Those folks will run for Speaker, and I'm sure that we will have a very qualified Speaker in the near future.
And final question, Congressman, are you confident that next Tuesday that you will be able to, together with your colleagues, come together on one candidate who will get enough votes to become Speaker?
I don't know that it'll be next Tuesday, but I am confident that by the end of Wednesday we will have a Speaker and we will start working on appropriations bills. Yes.
Congressman Ken Buck, thank you so much for joining us this evening on BBC News.
Thank you.